Welcome to Oddchat. It's springtime. That means we're going to take a little bit of a break. But don't worry, because we'll be back with more episodes after said break. Everyone just needs a bit of time to clear their heads, more like... And Anthony just needs time to clear his brain before dealing with anything more. Well, anyway, we hope you'll enjoy the finale and tune in a couple weeks when we come back. Bye-bye! Enjoy the show! Ooh, popcorn.
That's what I was working on.
You got
important. It's pretty good, Jared. It's pretty good.
I like the peppy upbeat music.
So welcome to What an Oddcast, Oddchat. As always, as we kind of mentioned before, and as the intro implies, this will be the last Oddchat for a little bit, but we'll be back. No worries. Cheetahs, huh?
Cheetahs, yes.
And Ricky Spanish.
It's so goddamn good. And Jared of Latveria.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Dr. Doom behind me, getting ready to rail me.
It's fine. I was inspired by the last name Jay's, where it was something Japanese, so I'm like, I'll stick with something Japanese, so I went with Cheetahs.
That might be, I'm not going to say anything about it. So there's something I need to get off my chest at the top of the show because none of the other people here have watched something. And it's a quick statement.
Actually, you gotta put them in a private comment or something so I can see when it's.
Yeah, we got you. I'll get you. All
right.
Oh, is Mikeal not going to back it? Because I was about to say I can just put it in the comments.
Listen, I enjoy spoilers, and when I watch the Snyder Cut with Anthony, I will make sure to watch it how Snyder intended without taking a piss break. You ungrateful little shithead!
I had to step away and put food in my stomach because
garbage human.
So much.
That's not how our God Snyder decided that needed to be watched.
You shut your fucking mouth. Shut up.
I'll praise him.
All right, is Anthony his headphones? Okay.
He's on.
I am sticking to my statement that I said I would have if it turned out okay. Which was, where the fuck was this Zack Snyder for the past 3 fucking movies that he did? Because this was a 4-hour-long fucking movie, and it was better than BVS. It was better than Man of Steel for me. It actually flowed. It actually told a story that you could kind of buy, even though you don't have the buildup of everything, because he does add some buildup of character origin. I can't, people, because he's never going to make another movie and they're not going to use anything from it. So it's all just fucking pointless now. And it even makes it has to, because he doesn't acknowledge Aquaman or Wonder Woman's movies that they already acknowledge in the universe. So it doesn't even fucking fit in what they did. So it's a movie that doesn't matter, that was the best of what he did. And I'm kind of mad that it's the best of what he did and it doesn't even fucking matter.
So
that's all I have to say.
What I'm hearing, Jared, is Zack Snyder just needs $50 million extra dollars and 2 extra hours of time to make a good movie.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
and it's R-rated, and they very much lean into that with every time Steppenwolf battles something, there's a lot of just people getting cut in half and shit.
Love that.
They don't even blood everywhere and shit. They don't try to hold that back at all. He's just chopping people with an axe. That's what's happening. Cool. It was entertaining, and I was very surprised. I didn't think it would be, and it was. So,
I mean,
I have to eat a lot of crow here.
I mean, yeah, I told you, fucking would be. Our God Snyder did define us all. He is the creator, the Almighty above. Praise him.
And I'm gonna burn you because I can't burn him.
Yeah,
Jared Leto's Joker's only in the end. Literally, it's the final thing of the fucking
Are you
movie.
fucking kidding me?
I am not kidding.
No bullshit.
The nightmare is the final 2 minutes.
So that nightmare that's supposed to be the cliffhanger. Is Jared Leto's Joker is the cliffhanger? Is that what I'm understanding? Or what's the cliffhanger?
And you know what? I'm sorry to Zack Snyder, Jared Leto, anybody who likes his Joker. he didn't make a good Joker. Even getting a rewrite of how the character is, he's still not a good Joker.
That's fantastic.
He doesn't have a Joker laugh. He doesn't have a laugh.
True.
He doesn't have like an attitude of a Joker. He's just.
Oh my god.
Let me
That's
give you a
amazing.
Jared Leto Joker. Yeah, that's right. I killed some people. Yeah, why don't you tell him? Yeah, who did I kill? Oh, wow. Here's a Joker car. Like that's his infliction. He just can't.
So bad. So bad.
It's so bad.
Oh well. Well, I'm glad it lived up somewhat to its hype because I mean, if anyone deserves the credit, I guess it's him. I really wish they had just let him do what he wanted to do, like Marvel let the Russo brothers do. I'm sure.
Same thing for Batman saying an F word.
Yeah,
it's in that same exact scene.
Yeah,
only time he drops an F word, which is him telling him that he'll kill Joker someday.
Wow.
When Harley was bleeding in my arms, I made a promise that I would fucking kill you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I'm dead serious.
God, I fucking hate this movie already. Like, I'm sure
that's the problem.
I know.
That's literally the end of the movie. But before, like, everything up till that point, like the Steppenwolf battles, everything else was fine. It was more entertaining, and I was very pleasantly surprised that he did what he did with it.
Well, again, he had 2 extra hours to do shit.
He did,
it, so
which is the problem. I mean, I have. I'm never gonna rewatch this. It's 4 hours fucking long.
Well, that's the thing is like Endgame and Infinity Wars. You know, technically that's a 5.5 hour chunk of time that tells a story.
It's broken apart,
right? But that's the issue. If he would have probably been able to do that's what this needed to do this first big bad instead of introducing character by character, which they attempted to do and fucking failed. They're like, fuck it, we're gonna go balls to the walls, and they tried to do it all in an hour and 59 minutes, and it just fucking failed because you need fucking 2 more fucking hours.
Yeah, no, it was
all right.
No, I think it turned out better. Anthony can come back now. I'm done.
I'm texting him. I got it. Right.
And for all of you, and that was for all of you. Moving on. Of course.
I was entertaining myself.
Michael doesn't mind spoilers, so
I don't.
I know.
I'm nuts.
I actually didn't get a whole lot of spoilers, so that's the issue, Jared. We didn't talk.
Yeah, no, I really just
detail.
Only spoiled one part of the movie for you, and
it's so good. I can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait.
What time are you coming over Saturday?
I don't know. What time do you get up?
9, 10.
What time are you gonna start watching it?
I don't care. Heather apparently isn't getting her nails done anymore. Now she might be doing a double at the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So I'm free basically whenever you come over.
All right, I'll be over around 10:30 then. Give or take.
All right.
Ooh.
That way we can watch it, and I can still have a little bit of my afternoon to recover. So.
Yep.
Oh man, that means that we could end the Oddcast Spring Break Monday with
the Snyder Cut breakdown. That's exactly why
we could. That's why we're doing it. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have. Hey, Jared, you're gonna have to watch it again to get all the details.
It's just. So
Are you kidding me? I might be taking notes. Worst nostalgia trip ever taken style.
Yeah.
Unspoiler at all. I told Mike the same thing. My biggest gripe is that it's just too fucking long. Like I'll never rewatch it because it's 4 hours long. It's my whole day to watch this fucking thing. That's my biggest problem. Like whether you like it or hate it, doubt you're ever gonna rewatch 4 hours.
I'll be honest. I have not watched Endgame since I watched it in theaters. I have not rewatched it.
Yeah. No. Like. I didn't even watch Endgame in theaters. I watched Endgame in 2 chunks. The second half and then the first half.
That's a lie. I did rewatch Endgame once, and I've caught the ending a few times when the old man was watching through it. Because I tend with the Marvel movies, like seeing them once, and I'm good. Like I'll pick up on what I need to, and anything I missed, I'll find out within a couple days of coming out anyway.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to rewatch those again because once I've seen it through once and I know what to expect, and it loses it for me. It's just something personal for me. There's only certain movies I can rewatch over and over.
I mean, especially with those movies, it's like just the grand epicness of it. You can only no matter how many times you try to recreate that, the fucking snap only happens once. You get to rewatch it again, but it only affects the once.
Oh yeah,
we got Falcon Winter Soldier tomorrow, so
I can't. Oh yeah, my alarm's already set. My alarm's
probably going to be one that I get to
30.
Damn,
man, I wish. God damn, guys.
No, I just want to say one of the best movie experiences of my life was going to Endgame this opening weekend. The fucking crowd, everything about it. It was just so cool.
Oh fuck yeah. We went to go see Endgame, and they had like the theater went all out for it. They had they had tables set up in the hallway leading down to the theaters that were playing it, and each table had urns that represented everyone who had been snapped away, and they had their posters behind the urn of dust, and I'm like, and they're colored. They went all out for it. It was neat. They also had, I believe it was Palpatine's chair in the opening thing. Anyway, so guys, we're gonna be going over how things have been for the past 2 years. Mikeal is gonna be right back. He's going over to the bathroom. But we're gonna be reminiscing really about the past few years because we're taking a bit of the spring break. So I figured why not go over the past 2 years, because come June we hit year 3, which for us is season 3. We just take things a year at a time because it's whatever. And goddamn, guys, like the past 2 years have been fucking insane for us because there's a lot of things that have been and that are going to happen.
Mostly to Jared, actually, solely to Jared.
Well, thanks to Italian Clowns. Shout out to you, man. Clowns and me had a talk. So I kind of got walked through how I could go about doing things for us with the upcoming year. So there's going to be some things that I'm going to try to get moving and try to have some interesting things come up that'll involve Anthony. Because some things may involve Anthony sooner rather than later. But we'll get to that bridge when we get to it later in the episode. Let's reminisce first. So why don't we just start from the top? So, we made What an Oddcast. We started off and we didn't know what the fuck it was going to be. We didn't think it was going to be anything.
Well, if we want to talk about from the top, we have to go back to 2014, 2015.
2014, 2015. For what?
Back when you and I, we created fireside chats.
Oh, God, those are terrible.
The concept for it.
I started to delete all of those because they're just like all that shit because it was terrible. Awful shit, but it was a starting stone. But no, so we got here and we were just doing like news of random shit. And then I eventually evolved into just talking more about comics and shit in general, something more that we were just accustomed to. Oddchat started doing the news stuff, and then that broke into Fireside News. And then Fireside broke off into its own thing, and as you all know it now, would be FWNR on Wilmy Hood's channel. Because I know a ton of you guys from the Game Beyond the Box community stop in here, and we appreciate all of you, and I thank you. But yeah, you would know it as FWNR. Started as Fireside Chats here. Fireside Chat with Jokey Pants is what I originally called it. And it was like the reading the news, shooting the breeze. We met some cool people. Pulled James in on it, and then James grew it from there and turned it into what it is now. That all happened in the past 2 years, which is fucking insane to think. We that show went from black sheep of everything I was trying to do to getting its own feet to getting canceled again because of scheduling conflicts for me and James to reborn on Gaming Beyond the Box's channel with more than I could have ever imagined doing with it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's honestly
been fucking great though.
2 years. You know, one for every penis I have.
You have more than one?
What?
All right, so but you know, so that we've kind of talked about that stuff before. But also in that time, I want to shed light more on the other shit that we do, because we have Oddchat. You know, we bring this every fucking Thursday and whatever.
What?
Shut the fuck up. But Anthony runs CLT Sandwich, and that was something that was another idea that came up. You know, obviously in the 2-year time, it came up like a year after we started all this.
Yeah, I was inspired. Do you guys want to hear the original name?
Oh please! I don't know if I've ever heard the original name. The
original name, which my beautiful then fiance, now wife, told me was, I believe, absolutely garbage. What she said was the Flint to your Tinder.
Oh god, that's terrible.
That's terrible. Holy shit!
Garbage.
I'm so glad you changed it. Holy fuck, I doc. Oh my god.
But
I mean, I get it, but I get it.
The concept's supposed to change because back then it was supposed to be like inspire you to think, to do your own research into things, as opposed to just me talking about them. So it's evolved. And then fucking CLT Sandwich.
Which, by the way, friend of the show, Palmation, his fiance. Okay, I didn't know if they were fiance or wife yet. But no, his fiance made your cover art for CLT.
Yep, that's true. I was inspired.
Where did CLT come from? I have to know. Because, like, if you're like me, I just think of random shit in my head and, like, that'd be fun. And that's exactly how it happens. Like,
I'll be honest, I don't fully remember the exact train of thought. But I was trying to think of, like, I knew I wanted to use something that would be, like, average said, but a little bit different.
Yep.
And I came across food, you know, fat guy, love food.
Yep.
And so I thought of like the BLT sandwich, you know, BLT for short. I'm like, that's good, but that's not going to do anything. You know, it's too common. So I just started saying like, okay, what could the acronym be? So cryptids. So I said cryptids. I'm like, well, that's
tomato sandwiches. Sounds delicious.
Yep. And one of these days, when you Google CLT sandwich, I will be the #1 result. I will beat the food.
Not a chicken lettuce tomato sandwich.
Or sometimes cheese lettuce.
Yeah, I noticed that. I Googled it the one time and I got chicken lettuce as a substitute pull for BLT, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then right below it was cheese. So, but no, we will conquer. Because speaking of which,
damn you, Kroger.
Kroger. I will tell you straight off the bat something that I'm trying to work on that I don't know how well it's going to work for me, because I'm not James. James, I love you, but I'm not you, and I don't have the connections to all the different fucking people you do that you keep getting
his
in with.
I mean, and no offense, Jared. I mean, nothing is an insult to you, but you don't have his charisma. It's more of a compliment to him than an insult to you.
I still feel offended. I still feel like it was a personal
You should,
jab.
but let
that
it go.
That guy rolled a nat 20 on his skill.
Go fuck yourself. But James, I love you. But I want to try to get Chef Mike onto CLT, because I got to meet Chef Mike. Thanks to James. For those of you who may not know Chef Mike, if you don't know Chef Mike, then you don't know what the fuck you're missing. I knew him best, honestly, from Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter. I didn't know him all that much until Anthony informed me all the other things extra that he had done. And I was like, oh shit, that makes a lot more sense now. But I knew him as just this great fucking dude that I had seen on Rooster Teeth. He was very energetic, very positive guy. And James was able to get an interview with him, and I talked to him, and he was a very nice man. I got him to shout out Anthony during the show, which made Anthony get a heart attack.
I mean, like I said, it's not that I don't think I could handle Chef Mike. It's just I don't know if it would interest him and stuff like that. I mean, it's not, I don't know.
It's true, but I'm still going to give it an attempt.
You would have to cater the episode around his favorite cryptid in order to get him on the first time. That's where you would have to cater it. So figure out what the fuck he wants. And even if it's a revisit with Chef Mike, and you can all piss off. So, kind of thing.
Mike's got a point. Mike has a point. Anyway, that's something I want to do there. But that's something else that's happened in the past time too. Since we had Fireside, honestly, so to like pull back the curtain, and I'll just share with you guys all the personal like inner workings of how things have gone on here, because I don't give a shit. Like, we're not very big, so who the fuck cares?
Right. This is record dating.
I'm only 5'9".
Yeah, record dating for when we have our own studio and interns.
Yeah. and we take down Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. We're beating out. We're gonna take down. Take down all the main YouTube channels. PewDiePie, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you, PWDD.
So I gave Jared Fireside to James. Well, I mean, really, because like I was helping run all the shows we had going on here, and Mike was a show that was coming soon. With the show that he does, that was at the time when it was just like an idea thing that was being pitched. I'm like, fuck, that's gonna be another thing getting added into like the ring of shows that I'm gonna just want to make sure that it gets put into a rotation, not conflicting with anyone, whatever. And I'm already managing Oddchat and the What an Oddcast episodes, yada yada. So Fireside had been taking a backseat. I ended up giving it to James just entirely. I was like, just take it, do what you want with it for the moment while we try to figure things out. Because he had pitched me an idea originally to do FWNR.
That was an idea.
It was. He wanted to do something like that before. And we'd kind of spitballed it, but we had never really done anything with it. But then he did, and he took that idea, gave it over to the guys over at Game Beyond the Box, was like, hey, if you're not doing a stream on the weekends, I have something we could fit into like a time slot for you guys, like, just something to fill the time. And it's gone really pretty well. People have liked it. We've got a ton of you guys that watch these on that show at this point. Lady and Cloud, fucking Dreadpool. All you guys give cool shit for our show, and I appreciate it. Appreciate the fuck out of it. So yeah, that's but anyway, back to Mikeal. So for Mikeal, for the fucking 2 years, this guy, we've known Mikeal for years, and Mikeal, much like myself, doesn't do anything.
It's true.
So
he's not wrong, though. He's not wrong. Like,
there were just so much nicer ways of putting that.
Yeah, Mike, he's just kind of like a fucking dirtbag loser. It's fine. We kick shit around. The only thing he's really good at cock blocking people. It's fine. Both of you have experienced that firsthand.
I have. So anyway,
only one of us was already in, already mid-coitus.
So anyway, moving on from that, we're not going to go down that road.
You brought it up.
I was fucking my wife.
So Mikeal came up with the show Beetlecast, worst nostalgia strip ever taken.
Yeah.
And I like that you guys have stopped shit talking me on that show now.
I think this shit talking has been replaced basically with the Patreon plug. So...
yeah, Michael's way better at all that than
I am.
Us.
I am.
He just gets it.
Listen, but in college, I did 3 years of radio where I had to do that shit. So seamlessly blending like ad reads and stuff. Yeah, I was a DJ in college at our radio station.
Look at that.
WOCR 89.9, the one where I ran a petition for common sense with my best friend at the time, Adam, and we did Wednesday and Thursday nights from 8 to midnight, and we would just talk shit about shit. We would do. So
Jared, I don't think it's the same Adam. I want to do an Adam.
It's not the same Adam, I guarantee you. And then we also did Wednesday mornings just so we could get up and eat breakfast. And then I ran another show with his younger brother after he graduated. Then we ran Thursday nights where we just did like a bunch of we just did like sports and nerd shit. So So like that kind of read is something I got really good at. So
what I'm hearing, Mike, is you're like a professional.
I have the face for the radio. That's what I'm telling you. So, I mean, I've told you all multiple times, I really like the sound of my own voice. I'm not shitting you. Like, I listen back to old episodes because I like the sound of my voice.
Yeah, I used to have an ego problem.
Oh, it's not a problem. I very well figured it out. So, I'm sorry yours had to pop before you could figure it out, asshole.
Dude, he's got you there.
Hey, you know what? Fuck both of you, all right?
Amen to that.
Later.
But no, I will say, when you guys started this, I do have to admit that I did think, I was like, God, this fucking stupid idea of these two. Like, full transparency. I was like, why they're doing this? This is dumb as shit. This is dumb. I mean, it's fine. I grew on mainly because I didn't listen to your guys' show, so I didn't really talk. And like I said, I'm not the biggest comic book nerd, so it never really appealed to me. And I was like, there's so much of that shit out there. But now that when I gained part of the network, and so the Big Bad Beetlecast, as this was originally going to be called, because we were just going to watch Beetleborgs, because I just wanted to watch Beetleborgs with my sister, and she agreed to do it. So I was like, fuck it, we're going to watch. Yeah, honestly, it was. I was like, we're just going to watch Beetleborgs. And so 2 episodes in, we decided, like, actually, this is a lot of fun to watch shitty old TV shows. We should change it up. And that's when the worst nostalgia trip ever taken came into fruition, because we decided we were going to watch the Beetleborgs. But then Heather's like, well, I want to do this if we're going to continue. And I was like, well, that's fine. If you want to do season 2, that's fine. But then we need to update the name. And so it became the worst nostalgia trip ever taken, season 1, the Big Bad Beetlecast. Now, this actually came from an idea of another podcast, not one that I was aware of at the time, because there is another Beetleborgs rewatch podcast,
of course,
called The Big Bad Beetle Bros, but they're the only 2. Me and them are like the only ones besides the people that
to imagine they're dudes who wear like cut off tap out shirts and just sit
basically
around a table.
I swear to God, that's what I thought too. Besides people that have done like one-off like nostalgia podcasts and things like that. They're like, do you remember Big Bad Beetleborgs? And they're like doing a whole episode on it. So I haven't listened to an episode, because I can't listen to an episode because I've had to stop listening to episodes because I don't want to steal people's ideas, because the IP issue.
See that?
So and you can come across the same joke.
Yes, and
yes.
And so I haven't listened to, like, kudos to them. I don't know if they have season 2 part 2, and they're going to be able to finish Beetleborgs Metallics. Currently at this time, me and Heather don't. We're only going to be able to watch the first 2 episodes, really, because there's no point in watching the rest of the season if we can't watch the season. So it started. Yeah. I've talked about this podcast many times, the Ranger Danger podcast, which is the Power Ranger rewatch podcast for the people in all. I fucking love them. Mikeal Kennedy, he's fucking amazing. He a great man. He actually edits Power Rangers comics for Boom Studios, and he has a new comic book that he's editing called Radiant Black, and it's a really fucking good comic book, guys. So if you haven't read Radiant Black yet, I really encourage you to go to your local comic book store and fucking pick that up, because holy shit, it's amazing. First 3 pages and you're hooked in. Holy shit.
Ooh, really?
So it's super good. They did a Patreon special where they watched like the first 2 episodes of Beetleborgs, and I listened to that. I was like, but they're stopping at 2. This gets so much what at the time I thought was better, and that might have been just a thing, because holy shit, does it get worse. And so I was like, cool, so we'll just be the Big Bad Beetlecast. And that's where that came from. And I was like, holy shit. And then
Beetle Boy.
It progressed from there. Season 2 will be coming out probably sometime in August, July. We're recorded basically through April right now. So the season finale is actually, it's going to be a bulky one. It's going to have 5 of us, because Anthony and Holly are going to be joining us for the finals ones. Just because.
Yeah. We might set up the second mic.
Yeah, we're going to probably have to.
So, Mike, I just want you to know.
Yeah.
That if you, heaven forbid it, but if you somehow manage to end up killing yourself before you finish Big Bad Beetleborgs, I just want you to know that at your funeral, I'm going to get a slowed down acoustic version of the theme song to play behind me as I pull up a microphone and just go, big bad
a eulogy. Oh my God.
Not anymore. But then I'll walk away.
Me and Heather have kicked around the idea of a second podcast.
Oh shit.
Yeah, what? And I've been wanting to talk to Anthony about another podcast as well, but fuck, we're all so goddamn busy sometimes. I don't want to take up Anthony another day for another podcast kind of thing. Yeah. But me and Heather had talked about, and we still might over this summer when we have a little bit more time free.
You could do like a mini show.
Basically, we're doing what I want to think of a name for, like Camp Horror, right? It's like a summer reading program that we wanted to do. And basically what we want to do is, it's the Michigan and American Chiller books by Jonathan Rand. We wanted to read them and just pick them apart. Technically horror. So it gives us an intro into that kind of horror landscape that you both have such raging boners for. But me and Heather clearly do not. So we've talked about that idea. I just can't think of a fun name. So it's not in the works yet. So, and also we post on Anchor, and the issue with Anchor is if I want to create another podcast, I have to create another account, which means another kind of email. And it's a lot of work sometimes. So, because I don't want to post both podcasts on one.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't want to pay for a fucking service either. Like, I'm not paying $100 a fucking year so I can have 4 podcasts on one fucking.
See, honestly, this is the issue that I'm running into with us getting onto this year 3 with all the different things that we have going.
Yeah,
because there's mini shows. Because I see other bigger podcasts who do it where they do something where it's only like 9 episodes and then it'll switch titles and be something else. And they do like a mini show and then switch the show idea and make it something different. Yeah, I've definitely had ideas of like where I would love to do a mini show about something specific, but it's like I just don't want to make a whole new email.
I know.
Like, just for that thing to go.
It would take 5 minutes to set this shit up. So,
but not even. But like, I have 5 emails on my Google laptop. It's so easy.
I'm a very simple man. I have 2 emails. All right.
I don't want to have to remember all that shit. And it doesn't matter like if I write it down or not. The first time it doesn't auto sign me in, that podcast ends. I'm just going to because I won't fucking be able to remember anything.
But that's also something for other people to keep in mind. Because there is a show that I wanted to reveal it today, since we're reminiscing about things that have gone on. We're talking about what's going to be coming. There's a show that we started a while back. Then I myself, I didn't like the way that it went for the first season, which is very much because we were all new to it. We were all trying to figure out how to do it. Yada yada yada.
We're all different states.
Yep.
And because of essentially, I want to make a season 2 that'll.
Yep.
It's going to be a bit different. So Oddquest was a D&D thing that we did, and I ended up having to take a break from it so I could try to work on what I wanted to do. Gentlemen, I'm proud. I'm happy to announce I have already begun work on season 2, and I think we're all going to enjoy the direction I'm going to take it because I think.
Is this a continuation?
Do I have to draw a new character?
Oh no, it'll be a continuation with your characters. Okay. However, I will give you the option to take the stats that they have, and you will be able to switch up that character if you would like.
I mean,
we will cross the bridge when we get there.
Mara was perfect. I don't know what
Magistrate Dyer. I'm not going to give up the fact that he can turn into a giant.
I wouldn't expect you to. But no. So season 2 will be coming with that. Down the road, but I have been working on it. I kind of thought of what I wanted to do, because I've reworked the story a bit, so there's going to be some retconning and so on.
And when we get onto that, I can start continuation on my thing.
Good. But speaking of things in the future, I have some exciting news.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Exciting news.
Or his, yeah. Apologize. Or his.
But it's exciting news. It's exciting news solely because this is it's something that I didn't expect to be going on. That kind of just got tossed in my lap very unexpectedly, and
I'll toss.
I'm not going to really argue with it. But for anyone who doesn't know, we did a little deep dive episode, episode 50, in fact. We talked about one of my personal favorite cartoons to ever have existed, called Ed, Edd n Eddy. We did a whole episode. We even did like a 0.5 where we even talked about like favorite moments, things like that. And then thank you to all of you. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, we won't have Oddchat. And it actually worked out perfectly in my favor that we weren't going to have the Oddchat because of things coming up. Because turns out the 25th next week, I will be in an interview thanks to Four Guys of Quarters, Italian Clowns, who I mentioned before. Follow him on, follow Four Guys of Quarters, by the way. Go listen to that show because they just had the voice actor for Master Chief on today. And watching that man dance around spoilers was fucking amazing.
So how is Chief in the new game? Well, he's there.
Oh, they bombarded him with questions, and they were trying to hear like a spoiler, but it was also just more like not trying to get him to go that route, but hear things about how he handles doing that voice. And he was just so good about even acknowledging ooh man, guys are really persistent, aren't you? And just dodging the questions about Halo Infinite coming, but while trying to answer the questions that they were asking. It was amazing. He's a very nice guy. Go check that interview out. It was a lot of fun watching.
I mean, he's been doing this for almost 20 years now.
Yeah, and I found out in their interview, which, by the way, again, just go check them out for it. But he mentioned in that he had never met the woman who voices Cortana until they had to come together for the 10-year anniversary of Halo when they were getting ready for Halo 4.
That's insane.
Yeah. Because they asked him about how he got into the emotions that he got to in 4, because him and Cortana split in 4. For those of you who don't know, I guess spoiler. But anyway, they split apart, and it's the first time that they had done that in the series. Chief doesn't trust people; he's only had Cortana, and they go their separate ways basically. So they asked him how he gets into the emotions that he would do for that, and he talked about, and that was what he brought up. He's like, I had never met her until that point, so I brought up to her hey, I might reach out to you while I'm doing this read because this is going to be, him saying goodbye. There might be something like that happens. Just go with it if it does. Cause don't be freaked out. I'm not grabbing for you or anything. And he said that he got so tunnel visioned in the scene of saying goodbye to Cortana in the end of that game that she moved closer and had her hand out and he was just tunnel visioned in and completely forgot he had asked that of her. And after the fact, she was like, you just left me kind of hanging there, huh?
Jen Taylor, great. She's a great voice actress.
But no, it was a lot of fun. But the reason I bring that up, because I get to meet the man who inspired me.
Ah, yes, Gobble Boners, a great man.
Yes, no. I get to meet the guy who voiced Ed, and I'm so excited. I get to talk to fucking Matt Hill, and I can't hold my fucking excitement anymore because god fucking damn.
Mm-hmm. Now this would be me meeting one of the Jasons, Derek Mears preferably because he's my favorite, or Mike meeting Billy Forrester.
I don't think that's quite the same. Not
it's
even.
Just flabber.
No.
Flabberific.
It's funny you mentioned that because I found his Twitter account. So I'm really tempted to look into how I can
Billy
contact
Forrester?
him.
He only has 2 tweets.
He has 2 tweets.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been active since 2014.
I really just want to figure out how to contact him if I can. If he's still alive, because I'm really
He's still alive.
Will you do a cameo for us and just say flabberific? Say worst insulting strip ever is flabberific. I'll pay $50 for that. I honestly would.
I really want to meet that
Please
man,
don't.
just for like.
I will give Jared $50 so it can be $100.
I would much rather that be used on something good, like getting Jared laid or something that's actually worthwhile, something that might actually make someone happy.
Joke's on you, it still wouldn't make me happy. But fair. No, so I get to talk to Matt Hill next week, and it's a fucking big deal for me because Ed was one of the first fucking voices next to the original Shaggy Rogers that I ever started trying to imitate. So like getting to meet a man. I'm sorry, what?
Let's hear it.
Hey, honestly, I need a drink.
That's the worst Ed impersonation I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, rubber boats. What was I doing?
Oh, an Ed impression. Literally, all you had to say was "fucking buttered toast," and we would have been fine. But you just fucked it up,
Jared. If you don't do it now, bud. I'm going to because
bud.
Will it be a live thing?
Will it be live, or will you be live, Anthony? Because a cribbage gives me gas.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Now, would you do it in front of him?
Would I do it in front of him, or would I do it without in front of? Does the light in the fridge remain on when I shut the door, or does it go goodbye light? I don't know.
Hello.
I think, in all honesty, especially if you don't feel brave enough to do Ed.
Anthony, I have a question.
I was kind of talking about. Sure, go ahead, shoot.
How can my feet smell if they don't have a nose?
I was hoping you were going to do the other one. Carrots are good for my eyes. Can they dial a phone? Fucking so good. So
they took the stairs because I'm grounded.
Oh my god, it's the best.
But Jared, if you don't feel confident enough to do Ed in front of Ed, which I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah,
I have been mulling that over in my head. I don't know.
You should do Ralph.
I should do the stinking gun.
Oh god, it's so good. Oh my god,
I think he would hear that and fucking lose his shit. He would be like, he could bounce off of you doing that.
Would he be the son of a shepherd for it?
The son of a shepherd for it. That's my horse.
That's my horse.
No, I'm really pumped for you because
I mean, Ed and Eddie was like seriously, it was Shaggy, and then when I watched Ed and Eddie, like I just started mimicking all of them, and like I was talking to clowns, I'm like, I used to do all three Ed boys at one point. I was like, but once you hit puberty and my voice dropped, it was so fucking hard to try to do Eddie because he's so high pitched for me. It's so hard for me to do now because he's such a high pitch, and like my voice just struggles to hit that.
And it sounds like you gotta like really rough up your voice to get that cracking now.
Oh god. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
But that's something that's come up in like the 2 years. Like I never thought I'd be able to meet any of the people that I am. I'm currently trying to work in possibly meeting some other people as well, which if I can, because of current things and whatever, I may even substitute Anthony in for me. Who knows? There may be other things that go on.
I mean, so that's I want to stop and just plug this. This is because this is how shit like this happens, right? Like, not to keep referencing other podcasts, but the Ranger Danger podcast, again, I will plug them forever. Holy shit, it was the first Patreon that I was ever a Patreon of, just for their specials. They started 8 years ago watching Mighty Morphin. They're now on Time Force. In that 8 years, like, they met the creators or the writers of Go-Go Power Rangers from just a random person fucking tweeting out. And so from that, they started to collab, right? They had, from there, they got to write a short story in the Shattered Grid series. From there, it grew and grew. And now, like I said, Mikeal has Radiant Black. And Matt Groom, who is the other co-host, he actually writes the Ultraman comic for Marvel.
Ooh.
So, like, it starts small, but it has infinite expanse, especially, like, all it takes sometimes is one fucking tweet, Jared. And, like, that's what you're getting, is you're getting these great opportunities just because of who you know and because you do this weird-ass shit. So, like, it has an infinite expanse.
And that's the thing, like, for anyone, because I actually had people at work ask me, like, why is Matt Hill such a big deal? Like, what is it about him that makes him on your bucket list?
He's fucking Ed.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, he does Ed, which for me, the cartoon was a big thing, but like
the biggest. Holy shit, so good.
The comedy styles of like the people that I would love to meet are like all things that inspired me for who I am now, which is like, I just like making people laugh. I'll do the dumbest shit ever if it makes someone laugh. I do it all the time at fucking work. And like someone who does the Ed voice, for instance, like that is the exact kind of character that I was as a kid that I've continued to be now, where I'm not always the smartest guy in the room, but like I will constantly try to make you laugh.
Yeah.
And Anthony's looking something up.
Oh no, I was just
holy shit.
I thought you were watching porn again.
He was Carlos in Transformers Energon and Transformers Armada and Ironhide in fucking Energon. Oh my god. I didn't realize he did so much shit.
Oh yeah, he's been in a lot. Like he's always been there. He was Havoc.
Yeah. Oh,
I was looking up stuff.
A lot of Gundam stuff.
He was in Inuyasha. No, but
I will leave this unruly Ed boy.
If four guys in a quarter ever interview Derek Mears or Kane Hodder, fucking, I have to be on that. Especially Derek Mears. I would love to just bring up to him
these are people Mears. I'd love to get on the show.
Yeah,
he was in like Stormhawks. He was in Stormhawks.
Wait, just look at this up.
Yeah, dude,
he was in Mucha Lucha. What the actual shit?
Dude, he was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. He played Raphael.
My god. He's done everything.
Yeah. But I would love to fucking talk to Derek Mears and be like, hey, remember Wild Wild Wests? Remember that movie that you're in? Like if when the world reopens and all this, I will really, if I ever go to like conventions to meet specific people, I want to get the worst photo for them to sign.
Yes, like
Derek Mears,
like me getting a George Clooney Batman signed. Like
exactly,
that's the epitome of it. Like just someone goes, "Oh, that's right, I fucking did this movie too."
Yeah, like fucking Derek Mears, he's in Swamp Thing, Friday the 13th, Predators. Honestly, I would get the Wild Wild West photo. I'm like, can you?
Who was he in Wild Wild West?
He was the guy with the robot head, like the hard head.
Oh wow. Shit! Yeah. Oh my god.
That was him. That was, I think, one of his first acting roles.
That's amazing. Sure. I love that.
Yeah, that was his fourth acting role. He played Metalhead. That's just, I saw that. I'm like, that's because, I love Wild Wild West. I'll watch it every now and then.
It's so good.
Like,
so good.
Is that fucking Derek Mears?
Wild Wild West deserves a reboot show, also a whole cinematic universe. I don't care what anyone says. Cowboys and fucking machine guns are fucking awesome.
I agree.
Cast better people, though. I wasn't a fan of the Will Smith. Yeah.
By the way, if you see me getting up or looking out this window a lot,
because there's a cat.
Earlier our swing blew in the air and moved about 20 feet.
I mean, it is really windy, so yeah.
It is super windy. So basically, Heather was also said, "Hey, if this blows away, come get me so we can fix this shit."
Gotcha. But to break us away from going down memory lane here, try to round us back into the present. There was a recent rumor. I mean,
Rumor has it.
I fucking hate these things that come out in their own way because, like, there's no concrete anything going on with it. It's one of these things of a studio talked to someone and everybody knows they talked to him, but nobody has any fucking idea why. So Jim Carrey was in the news with Marvel. And I sent this story to the guys here in our private chats and shit. Jim Carrey was apparently approached by Marvel Studios and the writers for Deadpool 3, and no one knows why. People are jumping to the conclusion of like, oh, maybe he's getting done for like a villain role or something. There's no evidence to say he was coming on for any role of whatsoever, other than they wanted to talk to the guy. God only fucking knows why they wanted to talk to him.
And you said it was for Deadpool 3, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Which
that
is currently in development, so that being written means that if he was being talked for a character, it likely was something important, but there's no way to prove it.
But he could go ahead. He could also just be Jim Carrey. He's a comedian from Canada.
Well, okay, so here's the thing, right? Like, Jim Carrey took a long break from acting for his mental health and so everything like that. And he started off as a stand-up comic. So, like, if Deadpool 3 is running low on comedic energy, like the kind of energy that Deadpool has mirrors that kind of physical humor that Jim Carrey used to do.
Oh yeah.
Why not bring him just on as like a producer or an executive assistant for the comedy? Like he doesn't have to be in it. He could just be like, hey, we need someone else funny
too. It could
because like we're kind of running low on this shit because we've done 2. And Ryan's like, hey, can we bring in someone else to bounce ideas off of who was like fucking really good at like old school physical humor? Fuck yeah, let's get Jim Carrey in here real quick for a consultation.
Can we get another comedian from Canada pop it up in here?
But no, so there's no way to show what the hell Jim Carrey was pulled on for. He was just approached, but we saw the same thing with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson got approached, and he didn't take any roles. He was just offered. Supposedly, he was offered a couple things, but he hasn't taken anything. So, but speaking of Marvel news, Anthony sent me one that fucking pissed me off. And I mean, like, legitimately made me angry.
Which one? Because I'm going to love it.
Anthony, do you want to do the honors?
It actually starts with Fast and Furious, the new one.
What's
Fast called? 9 or whatever the fuck it's called.
I don't know.
Shift into Turbo.
Fast 9.
To
we
Tokyo.
Forgot we had more cars.
Yeah, it's that movie's moving to June now.
Yeah,
being released in June,
which is a problem.
Why?
Why is it a
big problem?
That's a problem, Jared.
Because there's another movie that has already been fucking delayed. A few times now, and the first one was borderline great. It had a few stipulation things where you're just like, if they just changed that, it would be the best version of that. But it's good for what it is, better than what it was. And I hear about the sequel, and I'm like, the title could use a rework, but the ideas that are in it, I'm looking forward to how this will play out. Venom 2 got pushed because fucking Fast and Furious 9 went to June. So now Venom 2 got pushed to fucking, what is it, September
17th.
So it's been pushed back even further. And I'm like,
Which, hey, that's the Friday before my birthday, so I know what I'm doing for my birthday weekend now.
I'm just so tired of this. Like, stop moving these fucking movies around.
I mean, but they can, and they will. Because
it's like I'm surprised Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out when it is, because they put it.
Shut your mouth! I will fucking kill you.
No, they haven't changed it, and because it comes out very soon, they're not going to. But I'm just surprised that they did change it originally from where it was, because it was supposed to come out this week, but Snyder Cut got put to that week. So then they're like, oh, we'll push it to the end of the month, which I thought was dumb, because I'm like, you're sandwiching it in between Snyder Cut, which a ton of people want to see, and then you're also sandwiching it in between fucking Mortal Kombat coming out shortly after that one. Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
I mean, I mean, a lot of people are gonna want to watch Godzilla vs Kong. I mean, I'm going to do it.
Oh, I want to see that one more than I did the Snyder Cut. So it was a weird thing for them because they sandwiched it in between two weird things. Because not even Snyder Cut, even if Snyder Cut hadn't have come out today, Falcon and the Winter Soldier still comes out. So it's like you're sandwiching it in between. Like you should have had it come out when it did, because it would have come out before that series started. Because that's going to conflict with Godzilla comes out.
I mean,
I'm just saying that their timing is just very fucking weird, because they're competing with their own properties going to a theater, which will be Mortal Kombat. Like, I don't know why you'd want to compete with your own shit. I don't get it. I don't know. It's nitpicky. I just thought it was dumb where they put it.
You nitpicky? No.
I'm just saying, it's from a business perspective of how you'd want your own movies to come out. You wouldn't want a big title like, say, Godzilla vs. Kong going against something that's also a big title, which will be Mortal Kombat movie. Like, those are huge titles. You don't want them that close to each other, but whatever.
That's not true. You might want to kill off a franchise. That's an easy way to kill off a franchise. You don't do anything else with it.
And hey, they might be doing it.
I mean, it's not wrong.
It's only on there for a month, so they're trying to get it so people will, keep their, HBO Max. Like, hey, you bought it for the Snyder Cut. Oh, look, Godzilla's coming out. Oh, look what's coming out next, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, and if you guys haven't, go watch Boss Level. I probably already said it before, but go watch Boss Level. I can't recommend it enough. It was such a fun movie. So it's a Hulu movie, which makes it, could be hit or miss, but it was actually pretty fucking fun. It actually made me more excited for that Ryan Reynolds movie coming about being trapped in a video game.
The normal guy?
Yeah, because that movie's coming, and I was excited. I was kind of excited to see like how that was going to go. And Boss Level follows it's not a video game, but the premise of the movie plays much like a video game would, and it was a fun concept to watch through. So if you have Hulu, got some time, go watch that. Or watch Snyder Cut if you feel like wasting a whole day.
Oh, I feel like wasting 4 hours.
That's all I'll say. I won't say if it's good or bad. I'm not allowed to until Anthony watches it. Tune in Monday for our finale before the break. How we feel.
I'm already mentally exhausted. I'm already mentally exhausted from having to watch this thing in 2 days. So
I know.
And he didn't tell me. Like, I don't. So like, I have no spoilers, Anthony. I don't know who appears, what appears, when appears, what happens. I know like a few things that happen towards the end of the movie, and that's it. Yep. So, and guess what? I gotta wait.
Have given you even more. But
3 hours and 30 minutes before I get to get to that fucking spot. So,
well, it's gonna be great. Don't worry. We'll take a lot of mental breaks. We'll take all the pee breaks we need.
We can't. We can't. We have to watch as our Lord and Savior Zack Snyder intended.
Not, okay,
all the way through. I can tell you. Wear a diaper.
I have something I can tell you. That's not spoiler at all. It doesn't spoil how the plot is or anything.
Good.
There is a particular way that they set this movie up. Where I can see. That's the thing. I see why they said it was going to be a series, because it's not every hour, but it definitely feels like it was supposed to be broken up as a series. He does part 1, and then it'll have a title. Part 2 will have a title. I think there's like 7 parts or some shit like that.
Holy shit.
That he just kind of break, but like I couldn't figure out the timing. I thought it was every hour, but when this like 3rd part came up and I was only in, I think like not even hour 3 yet, I was like, oh, this isn't, I wasn't even in hour 2, I think. And I was like, oh, well, this isn't how I thought it was broken up. So I think it's timed like it was supposed to be a series, but it just got, I don't know why it's timed that way. Well, also it's in widescreen.
That's fine.
They kept it in 4:3 to preserve the film's quality.
Sure.
Now look, that message
when you
pops
said
up
widescreen,
that pops up for a brief fucking second and then disappears. I had to rewind it to read what the fuck it said, and it was just that this movie's kept in 4:3 proportions for blah 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 reason, and then goes.
Now, Jared, that's not widescreen. That's square.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to describe that because
a 4:3 because typically like a regular TV was typically 16:9.
Yeah, no, this movie's kept in 4:3, so it'll look strange having the black bars on the side, but everything else looks fine. God. It's a weird thing they did, and I don't know why.
Let's buy a 4:3 screen TV. Buy that. The greatest thing, Mike, is we're going to be able to start watching. Order Pizza Hut before Pizza Hut's even open.
That's what I did.
Yep.
And then have it delivered to us midway through watching this.
I did that today.
Fucking amazing.
I legitimately did that today. I started the movie, watched some of the movie, and then as a part came up, I paused it when it said part blah blah blah. I had the title, and then I walked out, got it, came back, and then continued.
Yeah, love it. Like we can be like, all right, time to order Pizza Hut. All right, Pizza Hut's ordered.
So there's the Jim Carrey thing. I don't know, man. I can't.
So real quick, Anthony. I don't know how many Pizza Hut points you have, but I have enough for a large any pizza. So I guess
let me
Saturday probably gonna be on me unless we're gonna splurge on all the points.
So I mentioned this when Anthony wasn't on the show. But now that Anthony is here, I feel like I want to circle back around and just bring up the Resident Evil reboot movie is a clusterfuck of a movie, and I don't fully comprehend what the fuck they are doing. My first thought is you can't possibly do it worse. Oh, you have 175? Well, use some of them points, bitch. Order that pizza.
2 separate orders.
So anyway, I can't imagine it's going to be worse than what the Resident Evil series was before. But I brought it up with Michael. Anthony, you've seen the fucking like cast that they have for this goddamn movie, right? Albert Wesker, Chris Redfield, and Claire Redfield, Leon S. Kennedy, Ada Wong, William Birkin, and his wife, and their daughter. Sickly mother and family.
Like Jill Valentine and Chris, they are Resident Evil.
Oh yeah,
1.
That's right. Jill Valentine. She's the other one I forgot.
Claire, William, Leon. That's Resident Evil 2.
They said his quote was, "I'm using elements from Resident Evil 1 and 2, and it's set in a deserted mansion in 1998 on the outskirts of a city."
That doesn't.
So Resident Evil 1 setting, Resident Evil 1 setting with Resident Evil 2 story points, because it's got Leon, Ada, and Jill accompanying the original Stars team, and I don't understand.
I just hope when they CGI up William Birkin that he's fucking gross and sticky.
Well, Anthony, you did I? Oh shit, we never showed you who was playing William, did we?
No, but it's Neil McDonough.
Neil McDonough.
That is Dum Dum Dugan.
Anthony,
I know him.
You have to know who that is.
He's got the mustache. I know Dum Dum Dugan. Don't just keep me in silence.
Sorry, I'm trying to look up.
Did you look up I see here. He's Vincent Sofil in Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Got it.
Yes, he is. The best.
I'm gonna pull this back up. The IMDb for this fucking movie. But yeah, the cast doesn't look terrible, which is what I was telling Mike. The cast looks okay. It's just there's so much going on lore wise. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. It's a clusterfuck.
This Robbie guy, holy fucking shit, does he look like Chris Redfield?
Everybody. From what I was looking at, it all looked fairly accurate.
I was very. I'm kind of sad because I really wanted Prison Break to come back, but Robbie Arnell, you fucking look like.
We've seen him before.
Chill.
I've seen him before, and I'm trying to look at his movies for what the fuck.
He was in.
I don't feel like I've seen him in any of those. Maybe I've seen him in something, but it's not any of those.
He was in Cheaper by the Dozen too. Ooh, how about Scooby-Doo, The Curse of the Lake Monsters?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
He was in those really shitty live action.
He was in the Scooby-Doo movies.
Don't ignore me. I know you're hearing me. He played Fred.
I can hear you. I'm just not going to acknowledge it.
He was Fred in Curse of the Lake Monster in all of those movies. The Whole World Loves You. The Mystery Begins. You can't ignore that, Jared. It's Fred.
The Whole World Loves You. That's just.
Click on one of them. Pull up Curse Scooby-Doo. Pull it up. You need to for the audience.
Pulling up The Whole World Loves You.
That has no pictures.
Yeah, that one doesn't have anything. That's dumb.
Oh, that's a short video depicting. You got to pull up fucking The Legend Begins.
All right, we'll pull up your screen then. Since you already have it pulled up.
Well, I don't anymore. But
you got to pull up the Curse of the Scooby-Doo.
But I am better at pulling shit up because I have two monitors.
So yeah, you do. So it's easier. It's easier for you.
Oh God, I remember that. Holy shit! Oh
yeah.
No!
Oh no!
Wait, let's go back to. Yep, there's our fucking. There he is. There's our Chris Redfield. But I do want to say, like, opening up this photo and then, like, that guy, that's the Chris Redfield. They fucking nailed. I'll be honest. They fucking nailed the look of early Chris Redfield.
You know, it's gonna be weird seeing Chris Redfield as a hero type in that movie because the next game coming, Resident Evil 8, it looks like he became a bad guy. So anyway, that'll just be interesting to go back in time with that one if that's the case.
Now, I just gotta say, this guy, you know, he's in great shape and all, but Chris Redfield can literally punch a boulder into pieces.
We don't talk about that.
He literally, Mike. There's a point in the game where you're in a volcano first off, and actually, you know what? Why am I explaining this?
You're literally in a volcano.
I'm just
shooting him with RPGs,
and he just punches a boulder until it explodes.
No, it doesn't explode. You're pushing a boulder, then there's no way he is. But then when it won't move,
look at the size of that boulder.
Into the lava.
Look at the size of that boulder versus that man. Wow. Chris Redfield is a human fucking tank. Robbie, you got like I said, you're already in good shape. But you need to fucking get in shape, dude.
Yeah, see, and if you fuck up that button press, he just continuously punches a boulder.
It's funny.
He'll keep doing it until you do, so he'll just be there punching it.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
God, I fucking need to play Resident Evil 5 again. Ghosts from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
What?
She's gonna be Jill.
Yeah, I saw that. And the I think the girl playing Claire I've seen before. I don't remember.
She was in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales.
Who is she?
She's the main chick. She's
cool.
Smite.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was also in Maze Runner. She plays the girl.
Yeah, haven't watched that, but I didn't hear great things.
Oh my god, that's Wesker?
But the books are actually terrible.
Wait, who is Wesker? I've already forgotten who.
God, it's Tom Hopper.
I'm blowing a.
You're blowing a dick.
Blowing a load.
He was in Game of Thrones. He plays Dickon Tarley. But he's also in the Umbrella Academy. He plays fucking Luther.
Oh, that's right. Now I remember.
He was also something I just watched recently. I don't know.
If you watch Umbrella Academy, he's the strongman there.
Mike, you would know him from Merlin.
Who is he in Merlin?
Sir Percival.
Sounds like a minor character.
All right, well, I will. I will share my screen again. I'm sure once you see him, you'll know. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's not really my Wesker.
Nope.
You remember him from Game of Thrones now, Jared?
Oh, I remember him from Game of Thrones. Yeah. Fucking willingly gets burned alive. Umbrella Academy.
I love how fucking beefy he is in Umbrella Academy. Everyone should watch it. I read the comic, so it's fucking that's mood.
Anyway, the casting looked fine. It's just the people. Oh yeah, that's our Leon.
Oh, yeah. Let's see who's writing it. Oh, good, Johannes Roberts.
It's just
you don't want to look
sourcing. Yeah, this is the problem. I brought this up, Anthony. I'm glad.
Jared, we talked about this at length.
And writing the movie, his biggest credits are 47 meters down 1 and 2. Ooh, as director.
No,
and I'm pretty sure the second he has writer credit.
Hang on, because I raised this point to Jared, and I want to know what your thoughts on this are. Okay, so Resident Evil, the game, right? It's based on a singular area, a small area where you go around and do some, right? So who better to write this than the person who wrote a movie underwater in a small cage? If you think about it, he's got that kind of ammo already. Like,
I just really hope they fucking do. They have that fucking. Oh god, this guy can go really good or really bad. There's no Mila Jovovich, which is so sad.
There's also no in between. It's either going to rule or it's going to suck.
Yeah, I really hope they do like a fucking thing where it's like from the game where they just like walk into a wall, like the camera angle changes instead of going backwards. Now you're like.
No, see, what I'm going to wait for is the Jill Sandwich reference.
If they do not reference Jill Sandwich, I am rioting. You were almost a Jill Sandwich.
You have to fucking make the joke. You have both characters from
Oh my
the
god,
movie.
who's playing Barry? Who's playing Barry? Or is it Brad?
Is Barry in it? Is it? No, I think it's Brad.
Like,
is it? It's one of the. Because I think it's the original Stars team. So it. I know that there's a guy from Letterkenny who's in it, who I do like.
Which one?
I can't remember what character he's playing.
What's his name?
Oh fuck! I'm trying to blank on the character's name. Not Jared Kiso, but the friend who always wear the mechanic overalls.
Derry?
Yeah, Derry. He's in
Daryl. Really?
Yeah, he's in the casting. I just can't remember which character he is. He's towards the bottom. I can't remember what fucking cast he is.
Gotta figure out what his name is. Nathaniel Dales. He's Brad.
Oh, he's Brad.
No way.
Jill Sandwich.
Holy shit.
No. Jill Sandwich
no
is Barry. Brad is the guy who's in the helicopter. He's yellow vest.
Have you seen what that man looks like? There's no way he should be there.
Have you seen what Brad looks like?
Yeah, I do know, actually.
Spoiler alert for Resident Evil 2 and 3. I mean...
No, that doesn't look anything like him. No. I won't be able to take this seriously. I've watched Letterkenny too many times.
Look at that face. Yeah. No.
Anywho, I don't know. I was excited when they said, because before, when he had talked about the project, they had talked about not diverging the way the other series had. I was like, okay, so trying to go more like things from the game. That would be great. Until this came out, like more information. They don't have any further details other than the casting and what he said about it being in 1998. But like his credit's not great. He doesn't have this. This is going to be top tier B movie sci-fi. Is like what this guy does. If 47 meters down are any indication, that is like his level of movie making. Like not super big budget, but not quite sci-fi either.
I mean, like compare that to like Mortal Kombat. The actors in this game, like it's so good. Even fucking Kano. I mean, sure he has too much hair, but fucking wow, he does not look like Kano in this photo.
No, you have he has to.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Like I'm so excited for this Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh god, yeah. I'm pumped for the Mortal Kombat. Now that movie is gonna be fucking awesome.
Like, come on, that's fucking Jack Spriggs right there.
I'm so pumped.
But who is this? Because I know what this belongs to.
Do you though? Is it what you think it is?
Moloch, that's his name, right?
Which one are you thinking of? And I'd be able to help you find it.
Oh no, that's a ball. Look at the fucking hammer. I don't fucking remember. It's been a while. Fuck this guy, by the way. He's fucking cheats.
No. If you're thinking hammer, the only one I can really think of is Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn. I mean, that's gotta be Shao Kahn then.
I don't know. He hasn't said the Shao Kahn's because people asked him when that statue was there, and he was saying that that's more that he's Easter egged, like that giant statue to like say that he's there. But he's been the director of that movie. They've been saying like that they didn't focus on Shao Kahn at all. That like,
well, yeah, I mean that makes sense. The first game doesn't.
Yeah. So as they said, like they're not trying to remake the games or even go where the games are because they have 30 years on them. The director, James Wan, or I think it's James Wan. He came out and was like, yeah, we're not trying to like make this to exactly like the game. No. Like they have 30 years on us. There's no way we could do what they have, but we're going to take what's already there and make something out of it that fits for people, whether you know it or not. His thing at like the end of his interview that I sent to these guys was our mindset going in was if you came into the theater not knowing a thing about Mortal Kombat, would you sit down and would you enjoy this movie about brutal fighters killing each other?
Yes.
So, and that's the mindset they had, and I think that's the right mindset because I think the old movies, their problem was like
they relied.
They tried to go too heavy into just ripping off scenes straight out of the game, and it's like you gotta take your own variety with it. Like you can't just go scene for scene because obviously that does not work.
I have some Marvel news I gotta bring up.
Oh, Marvel news? What do you got?
Yeah, Kevin Feige has officially announced that Chris Evans is never playing Captain America ever again.
Oh my god, did he really?
I think I'm losing power.
I just saw it flash.
Oh no.
If I drop, I'm probably not coming back. Yeah, because people kept asking him about Chris Evans, and he's like, yeah, normally, I never say no, but no.
He's done his time. He doesn't need to come back.
Yeah. Speaking of which, with that, before we lose Anthony, for comic fans, we all noticed that there was, everybody, whatever. We all noticed that there was a fucking Madripoor fucking flag in the trailer leading up to the series, and that was another thing Kevin Feige just came out and admitted, Madripoor is indeed Easter egged and used for the series, and that was all he said, which is feeding into the rumor mill about the mutants that recently leaked out. Because Madripoor, believe it or not, for anybody who doesn't know, if you don't know comics that well, Madripoor serves as a major staple point when it comes to X-Men and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Basically, it's where a lot of mutants go when they start getting singled out by society. They all end up going to Madripoor. And there's a lot of things that happen in Madripoor. So it's interesting that this series is going to show us Madripoor, which is like that staple Easter egg for things that they're bringing in soon. But Feige openly admitted that, yes, that is indeed what we saw, and that is a place that they will indeed be going.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's weird, too, because he's normally not so forthright at all with any of this. He dances around things a lot.
Maybe he's just ready to get that shit done and over with.
Well, I know he said after Endgame, he said now that really all the legwork was done, he was just excited to delve into the crazier things in the Marvel universe where they can just kind of do whatever now. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. MODOK also comes out soon on Hulu, written by Patton Oswalt, with a Robot Chicken style, because it's Robot Chicken style because it's action figures, but it's AIM and MODOK. It actually looks pretty fucking hilarious. They're going M-rated. They're not going the PG-13 route because it's not in the MCU. It's just something that Hulu has the right to do, and they've been working on it for a couple of years now. The trailer came out for it. Looks fucking hilarious. It really fucking does.
Wouldn't it be really funny if they've been working on it all the time and then they lost the rights right before?
I would be really mad because there's also a Howard the Duck being done by Kevin Smith and a few other people that, if I remember correctly, he got people who helped write the comics to try to help him write the series. And I'm only excited for that because the only Howard the Duck thing we have, other than the 2 cameos he had in Guardians of the Galaxy, is a really shitty Steven Spielberg movie that is just...
That's the best movie in the world! You shut the hell up!
It is marketed somehow for children, yet also has tits and sex.
Duck titties.
And I don't... Titties. It's such a weird... I don't know why that movie was ever really made anyway. But no, Kevin Smith was working on a Howard the Duck thing that was actual Howard the Duck. And I was kind of curious to see what he would do with it, because Howard the Duck, there's a lot of things you can do with that.
I really hope it's more akin to, Jay and Silent Bob and less Tusk. I want to bring up that movie every time we talk about Kevin Smith.
Well, you know what? I'll talk about Tusk. I enjoyed it. It was an interesting ride. I've seen way worse movies. It's just fucking dude gets stuck in a house and then drugged, and then the guy turns him into a fucking walrus.
I like how that's the gist of it. It's super simple.
It's a literal plot.
But it's also a horror movie.
Yeah, so you remember that guy from Jeepers Creepers who was driving around with his sister, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, Justin Long.
Yeah, all right. So that guy, he goes on another road trip.
Say Justin Long. Most of us know who Justin Long is.
So Justin Long, right? So instead of being like the Jeepers Creepers character, this time around he's going to be running like a little small-time radio show, and he's going to try to run off and interview this guy about a thing that happened with disappearances and whatnot. But oh no, it turns out we're actually just going to drug him. All right, you following me? This, all right? And then he's he's going to fall asleep, and he's gonna have to be in a wheelchair. He's not going to be able to run away. They're going to do some stuff to him. Yeah, it's sounding great, right? And then he turns him into a fucking walrus. I
mean, the logical next step. The logical next step is walrus. I don't know why you guys have such an issue with it.
It's like he why does he turn him into a walrus? Well, because he wants to have the walrus that saves his life have even footing. So not only does he turn this man into a walrus, Michael, but then he puts himself in a walrus skin so he can fight to the death with the walrus man.
Seeing nothing wrong with this movie. Makes 100% logical sense.
The guy has the walrus's penis bone like just up above his fireplace. And Justin Long goes up and he asks him, like, what is this weird walking cane? And he explains to him what it is. He pulls his hands back so quickly. Oh, why do you have that? I'm like, the walrus that saved my life.
Yeah, it's a fucking.
Oh, you know the best part. The best part.
No, yeah. It's a movie that's fucking insane.
It exists.
It's a movie that you have to watch where drugs.
No, it's a movie that exists.
No, seriously though, the ending's the best part. You know, when he rejects getting helped and stays a walrus.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend feeds him fish.
Well, his now ex-girlfriend. She's been cheating on him with his best friend this whole time, by the way.
It was such a dick punch for no reason at the end of that movie.
No, apparently there was going to be a sequel where he breaks out of the walrus skin and gets his revenge. But I don't think that's ever going to be made for some reason.
I would just like to point out it's how do we put this? He is so surgically made into a walrus that there is no breaking out of a walrus skin. Like he's just literally a walrus. The guy just took parts that he needed from other things to make him look like it. But like they're But no, that was the biggest dick punch at the end. It's like not only does he not want to turn back human, then it's just the bigger dick punch of she didn't really care he was gone because she's been fucking his best friend like the whole time. So who gave a shit?
The whole time. Yeah.
It's like what the fuck is this movie? Anyway. Yeah, but actually speaking of Kevin Smith, to end out the show, I heard an opinion recently that Clerks 1 is better than Clerks 2. Not that Clerks 2 is bad, but Clerks 1 just genuinely feels better as a movie. So I rewatched Clerks 1 recently, and then I went and watched Clerks 2. Gotta say, I actually really agree with that. Because Clerks 2 is funny, don't get me wrong. It has a lot of parts in it that I've enjoyed, and it's made me laugh. But from like a standpoint of like Clerks 1 just supposed being about this dude's day to day and like the crazy things that just kind of happen to him, Clerks 2 kind of loses that focus and just delves more into the other people around him and the crazier shit there. And I actually have to kind of agree. I kind of like Clerks 1 just a tad bit more.
It happens.
It is just the black and white that bothers me. Because if you don't know, Clerks 1 is in black and white. Because Kevin Smith did it on basically a shoestring budget. Didn't have like a budget at all. So he could only do it in black and white.
I mean, sometimes watching a movie in black and white is fucking great.
Dude, I would recommend Clerks 1.
Like Mad Max Fury Road and Logan for black and white movies.
Oh, God. Those ones are great. But no, I just... Kevin Smith wise, I still love fucking Clerks 1. Just the best shit. Like every time something happens in that movie, I'm not even supposed to be here today. Well, why don't you just close down the store and do whatever? Like, because I can't just do that when I'm working. And then, of course, 2 seconds later, whatever, they're putting up a sign, to leave change on counter, trusting you not to steal, be back later.
That's how I'll be sometimes.
It's a good bit. Damn good bit.
I mean, I feel like we all would do that.
But no, anyway, sorry guys. So to recap, we've been here for 2 years. We've done a lot of shows. There's more shows on the way, or shows that we did originally. We're just going to be redoing, whatnot. Michael continues to sleep with any woman I show any bit of interest in at all. Anthony's happily married.
Hasn't been a lot recently, so it's been a hot second. A little bit of a dry spell.
Hey, don't just say.
I will never
just because
mention
Anthony's married doesn't mean I won't fuck your parish, Jared.
Please don't fuck my mom.
I didn't say your mom.
Bitch.
Fuck you? Okay.
God, what the fuck is wrong with us? So anyway,
monkey bars at a young age.
Can't keep using that.
It is if it's a valid reason. Like, damn.
Hi, I'm Mikeal Bay. I just have a PSA for everyone who watches this show. I like to make your movies. Not just because I love to play in nostalgia with things that I don't fully understand, but because I like to overly sexualize all these childhood things you grew up with. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? More like Teenage Fuck'em Turtles. I'm Mikeal Bay. Just here to say, I'm going to ruin another movie real soon.
Probably. That's Mr. Bay.
I mean, has anyone else noticed that? Yeah, Transformers, Ninja Turtles, like anything he's done, they all become buff and then Megan Fox slow motion.
Dude, he loves America. He loves cities. He loves underage girls.
Oh, so Anthony, where can they find you? Unlike
Mikeal Bay, not around unaged girls, but you can find me at CLT_sandwich on Twitter. You can also find me at Inferno Frenzy. You can also catch me on all.
I guess we're never going to be able to get famous if you can't be around underage girls.
Ooh.
Wow. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. Wow.
More like Jared Weinstein over
you
there.
out, Hollywood.
That's the last call or the last comment for the last Oddcast ever. We've officially been canceled. Sorry, it's been a fun ride.
Turns out you can't diddle my.
Yeah,
Jared, we're gonna have like a talk.
Listen, seriously.
I was told that to become famous in Hollywood, I had to make choices that I wouldn't be proud of.
Did Harvey Weinstein tell you that?
No, I was pulled over by Tom Cruise.
Oof.
Church of Scientology joke. Switch 2 for 1.
So anyway,
we're going to be doing a very fun episode this next week.
Well, what is the episode next week?
It's a surprise because it's a surprise for your reaction.
Anyway, Michael, where can they find you?
Oh, you can find
I'm sorry. Ricky Spanish.
Yeah. Ricky Spanish. You can find us at Beetle_cast on Twitter. New episode next week, and then 2 weeks after that. And then around the last Thursday in April, it'll be a special episode where we don't actually watch Beetleborgs because it's technically Heather and Holly's birthday special. So I let Heather pick what we're going to be watching, and she's going to put me through absolute buttfuck hell. So that'll be fun. Can't wait to edit that one. Good thing I like the sound of my own voice. But if you absolutely can't wait one more week for a new episode of the worst nostalgia trip ever taken, we are on Patreon, and you can get early access not only to the worst nostalgia trip ever taken, but to CLT Sandwich and get the video recordings, I do believe, of What an Oddcast, and sometimes it's fun. Yeah, it's on there.
CLT Sandwich sometimes.
But you are helping support the channel. You are helping support the channel with your $3 and above donation for early access. that money goes towards everything, like Jared getting to meet all these great creators and things like that. So that's kind of what
and then Mike and I just are in the fucking back room.
So
yeah.
If it's any consolation,
I mean, I know we don't make much. I don't care.
These 2 fucks. I'm trying to do the footwork that James is laying down for me because he has the connections. I'm really just trying to get my foot in the door with things so I can open up these doors for our shows because I don't have the means to do them. And James just kind of threw me in on this one. I had nothing to do with it until after the fact.
I am extremely jealous of who you get to interview next week. Next week, right? Like,
yes.
Unbelievably jealous of that, but like, congratulations, because like, holy shit! I mean, you've been doing a lot of bullshit for 2 years, so I mean, it's gonna start paying off sooner or later. So
I mean,
keep it up.
If I don't kill myself first,
you won't, because then you won't get to talk to him, and then my fat ass will, and then I'll be cock blocking you there too. So just think of that.
So I'm gonna end out the show with one final thing.
It's jokey history time. Jokey history time. It's jokey history time. It's time for a story now. Yeah.
Some history, family history. Fun fact for everyone. So we've obviously talked about my mother being a demon.
Yes, and a cuck.
And a cuck.
You're correct.
But please continue.
Well, not recently. That my great-grandfather had many brothers and sisters.
Okay.
That's right. So yeah, he was like, God, I think he had like 6 or 7 siblings. Which I did not know that before. I don't really know a whole ton when it comes to my great grandparents because they don't typically talk about their childhood. Anyway, so it turns out that everyone in his family was extremely smart. Like, graduating early, shit like that. Like, they were all very smart. Do you know how many of them lived to be older than, like, I don't know, 20?
5.
Probably him.
4 of them did not make it past their teens. So because it turns out when you're super smart, you are more prone to terrible things.
Oh my God, Jared, you're gonna live forever. I'm sorry, I saw the joke and I couldn't. I could not.
God,
if you kick me off the show, I understand.
No, but that was something I found out recently. With my great grandpa Anderson, where it was just like, damn. Honestly, I didn't know he had that many brothers and sisters, but also at the same time, to hear that about, it's like, God damn. But also, man, like, it just runs in the family. Because my other grandfather, his parents straight up just packed up their house and left when he was a kid and didn't say anything. So it just runs in the family. So if you're ever feeling down or feeling bad, you can follow us at Oddcast and direct message us. If you ever just need a laugh, I run that account. I also run the account of the Jokey Pants games that you'll see on there. You can message me anytime, and I'll try, and I can make you laugh. I could be the make you laugh, give you something to read, or just come listen to the show and have a laugh. Because the world has not gotten any better. We were all hoping 2021 was going to be the greatest year ever, and it's not. It's a lot more just the same bullshit, but things are getting better. So we just got to stay strong, guys. So if you're ever feeling down, you're ever just feeling bleh, come listen to a show, have a laugh.
Dude, I'm great at knock-knock jokes.
Take a load off. There's plenty of numbers you can call, plenty of services you can go to. Just don't be alone. Don't let the quarantine make you just sit alone somewhere and stew on things. Listen to one of us and have us help you laugh. Because until then, until we're back from the break, we're gonna have some best stubs that are coming out. So you'll have those on our channel. What an Oddcast. FW1R, I believe, comes back next week. Things got complicated because the Gaming Beyond the Box Halo tournament. But I believe that's coming back next week. And James has a whole ton of episodes of Jokey History Times going over there. But yeah, hashtag stay on, stay happy, stay healthy. We will see you all.
Stay hungry.
Monday.
Whenever we come back. I don't know when we're coming back for Odd Chats.
Monday. We'll be here at least Monday. Odd Chats will be eventually.
Monday we'll be back, episode 104. But as far as Odd Chat, we'll be back in a bit. Anyway, guys, anyone else have anything else they want to say? A last
I love
piece
all of
before we
you.
say goodbye.
Nope. Good.
Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Anthony. Goodbye, everybody.